What's going on, music producers? It's Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com, and today we are addressing a question that I know has been on a lot of producers' minds for quite some time. There was a producer that was brave enough to actually leave it as a question within my Curtspiration suggestion box. This question was from the Raven. He basically asked this. I feel like loads of 27-year-olds have this question, and I don't know if you've addressed it, but is there ever a point where you'll be too old to make a career of selling beats? I think it's an excellent question. Let's address that now. Music producers, specifically rappers, I know that many of you have probably seen a video that I created many months ago where I basically addressed the question, are you too old to still be rapping? And what you're going to hear today is going to be some of those things being echoed. But when it comes to the music producer, it's a very unique question only because in the past, the music producer has not had to be at the forefront of their particular brand, right? When you're talking about specifically producers that are online producers, most times you don't even see their face. Most times you're seeing a logo. Most times you're hearing the music first, right? And then you're seeing these producers in whatever particular chart system that you're seeing it, whether it's on BeatStars, whether it's on Airbit, wherever you're at, that's what you're judging off of. But in the tradition of producers, you got to think this. When you're talking about the question if you're too old to be selling beats, first of all, the question I think that you're really addressing is, are you too old to be producing? Right? I think that's the first thing you want to address, because at the end of the day, that's going to be the last question you're going to ask. Say you take all your beats off of online when you're 45, and you're still going to ask the question like, well, what do I do to suffice or to take care of that passion that I have for making music? You're still going to want to make music. And then the next question that's going to come up is, am I too old to be producing music? And I always go back, especially because his name has been very hot in the headlines these days, but think of Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones has had a career that has spanned over 63 years, right? We're talking about 63 years of a discography of his contribution to music as a producer, right? And he's a producer in the truest essence, that he's a part of the composition, the arrangement, the vocal layering. He's a part of the decision making when it comes to music, and he's instructing artists such as Michael Jackson. He's done theme songs like the Sanford & Son theme song, and many of those 90s hit shows. He was behind the production on those. So he has always had a career in this 63 years, right? Now, that's just the stuff that's already been documented, but we know there's at least 63 years worth of just a paper trail of him actually creating music as a producer. Now, I think one of the things that we can't overlook is the fact that when he came into this particular music business, he developed a certain skill set within music that gave him the opportunity to be indispensable. Now, when I say indispensable, he was basically a figure that you could not replace because of his very unique skill set, not just his experience, right? Because you can be a legend, and you can be a legend for, being a very monumental figure in a certain era of music. But if it doesn't carry on to the next generation or the next wave, you get forgotten about, or you kind of get an honorable mention for your contribution during that time period. But what made him so indispensable was the fact that he had this skill set that transferred from year to year to year, mostly from his experience in jazz composition and arrangement and orchestration, and having these things that were just aside from just being today what I guess you would consider a beat maker, or somebody who just kind of programs beats and whatnot. So when it comes to the longevity of a producer himself or herself, there's not really a time limit on it. To this day, you hear people who do musical scores, they've been doing musical scores since the 40s and the 50s, and to this day, they're still called upon because they have a very unique way and a very unique skill set that people will still have in demand because nobody else can do it. It's the reason why, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with a singer named Charlie Wilson. He has a very distinct singing voice. The reason why he continues to get phone calls every single year from Snoop Dogg's and Kanye West and all these people is because he developed a skill set that you cannot replace. He brings that to the table. So as you're approaching the question of, are you too old to produce? We already debunked that. Now, are you too old to be selling beats online? This is a question that I had to ask myself a few times. You know, and I'll say that the thing that brought me the most comfort in the very beginning was the fact that producers, for the most part, were naturally behind the scenes in the industry anyways. So with me knowing that I could be behind the scenes as a producer, with me knowing that, you know, it didn't require me to have to be the face all the time, and no matter how old this face got, no matter how many gray hairs came in this beard, as long as my music stood the test of time, that brought me comfort, right? But here's the thing about it. You're only as great as your last record in the music industry. This has been an old adage for a very long time. Many people have said this for many times. I'm sure that you've heard it before. But when it comes to the internet age, when it comes to the internet in general, the internet removed the bias, the age bias from the buying experience. Most rappers, most singers don't know how old. They don't know what your face even looks like. You know, unless you have a brand where you're making your face present within your actual branding. But most of them don't even know what you look like. They don't know where you're from, don't know how long you've been doing it. All they're judging you is upon face value. And what they're judging you upon is what they first hear when they visit your website. If it just so happened to be fire and you're supplying the goods, there's no need to have those limitations upon you worrying about age. Age is all in your head. You know, and I don't think that that's completely your fault. I think that these limitations have come from our peers. And I think that there's people in this industry that try to make you feel old, especially those themselves that feel old. Because whenever somebody, you know, something I learned is that whenever somebody projects negativity upon you, it really is a reflection of how they truly feel about themselves. Right? Somebody who's having an amazing life, a very optimistic, they have a very optimistic point of view. They're not going to look at you and say, oh man, you know, to hell with your dreams. They're not going to look at you and say, I don't know how you're going to make it out. They're going to be that optimistic voice that says there's got to be a way. I believe there's a way, and I think that you can do it. I believe that you can do it. But see, in the hip hop industry, especially as producers nowadays, it seems that these limitations about age and what you over here selling beats online, bro. You're like 40. What are you? Those kind of limitations, that kind of conversation does not come from somebody who has your best interests at heart. It does not come from somebody who honestly wants to see you win, right? It comes from people who have limitations upon themselves and are reflecting it upon you. And they're asking the question first, well, who the hell are you to do it if I couldn't do it? Once you understand that, once you understand that the limitations are there, once you understand that, you know, if selling beats is your passion, there should be no discussion about being too old. Only you know when you're too old. When you start feeling like, you know what? I love what I do, but this process, I always go back to Kobe Bryant. He, at one point in time, he said, you know, I love playing ball. I played ball since I was a little kid. But the process has become a lot more difficult. From taping up his ankles to having to hit the ice tub after every game or the hot tub to having to take extra precaution with the way he moves around the house when he's finally home from a game. All this extra preparation made him feel like, you know what? It might be time to hang it up. And my suggestion is this to you. If you don't have that feeling, if you're not feeling like, oh God, here comes another beat I got to make on FL Studio. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of hearing that startup sound. If you don't have those sort of feelings, you know, if you're like, oh, I can't stand to sit in front of a computer for another hour and edit this beat. My knees are getting tired. They're hurting. If you don't have that, you're not too old. I think that most of these conversations come from our own limitations that have been inspired by our peers, but they're sitting within our brain. You know, Sell beats as long as it's your passion. But take a step, take a chapter out of the Quincy Jones book and learn new skill sets along the way. Those skill sets that you learn along the way will give you longevity. So what kind of skill sets does a producer need that sells his beats online? Well, keep in mind when you're selling beats online, some of the natural progressions to create other streams of revenue equal out to drum kits, equal out to sound packs or MIDI chord packages and all these different, sound designs that people, sound design packs or construction kits that people create. That's a natural transition for your business. You end up servicing the same people who are trying to do what you're doing, which are producers. So there's longevity in you learning about sound design, learning about editing. Maybe you want to edit other people's beats because now you have this experienced ear that will take them years and years to attain one day. But now you having all that abundance of information, the abundance of just experience, you can now put that on top of somebody else's work, and it makes you so valuable. It makes you indispensable, especially if you're the only one that's creating it like you are creating it. So my suggestion is, sell beats as long as you want to sell beats. I don't care where the industry is going. I don't care where you think. I don't care if you think, oh, nobody's buying beats. Sell it if that is your passion, right? But learn new skill sets along the way. You got to, it's one thing that we all encourage each other to go after the bag. But nobody, and it's funny because it's a saying that people say, secure the bag, secure the bag. But really when they're saying secure the bag, they're saying get to the bag, right? Get to the bag and then put it in your possession. But are you really securing the bag? Follow me. Are you really securing the bag? Are you really locking this down for yourself? What type of security do you have for this proverbial bag that you've worked so hard to get to? Right? And for you, it may be, I want to make a living at selling my beats. Cool. What's the next step after that? What happens if it doesn't happen according to what you envisioned? Right? What if you don't become the producer nor that you ultimately saw? What other options do you have now? And I'm telling you that the skill sets that you learn, it's the reason why I learned how to put my own drum kits together. It's the reason why I learned how to, put courses together, like very educational courses for producers and rappers. I do that because I know the importance of knowledge, of giving, of information, of value exchange. When you have that, that stuff lives forever. You will never forget the person that taught you how to tie your shoes. You will never forget the person that taught you how to ride a bike. You may not know them by first and last name, but you know the first name at least. You never forget these people who teach you these lessons. You have the grand opportunity to be that if it doesn't work out for you selling beats online. But before you start going down that rabbit hole of are you too old to sell beats online, refer back to Quincy Jones. Refer back to the legends within this industry that, their only desire was to grow. Their only desire was to evolve further from where they came from, do new things, and have their careers go different places. Pharrell's another great example. He's like that Quincy Jones of our era. You look at the NERD production credits, or the Neptune's production credits, the Pharrell production credits, they're ridiculous. They've produced for any and everybody, every single style that you can think of. From EDM to hip hop to R&B to love ballads to rock songs, they've done that because of their unique skill set. What is your skill set? And what are you going to develop along the way as you pursue this goal that you may have of selling beats online? What else are you going to offer the people? Once again, it's another Curtspiration doodle. You need some more of this juice, please subscribe to the channel below. Be a part of the notification gang. If you have any particular questions for me, your man Curtis King, go to CurtisKingBeats.com to the Curtspiration suggestion box. CurtisKingBeats.com/Curtspiration. And I will get to you as soon as possible. Doubling back to the topic at hand, are you too old to be selling beats online? You should know better than to ask me a ridiculous question like that. I'm 33 today. I got my son on the way. I'm living the life that I've always wanted to live, right? This is a dream for me to live the life that I'm living, and I'm not done yet. I'm not done because there's more people I want to help. There's more growth that I want to have. There's more things that I want to accomplish, but I want to contribute to along the way. Right? That drives me. Not other producers, not what other people are doing, not the limitations they put on me. And matter of fact, when I hear limitations, I get excited and say, okay, nobody ever 35 ever did this before? Fine. When I get 35, I'll accomplish that because I'm going to make the most out of this life that I have right now. And in this life, you won't be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you.
When I listen to you, it's a liability. Cause you be mentally killing my inner energy. So I'm concealing my feelings before you injure me.